Train your brain to wake up quicker. Hey, I'm Chucky, co-founder of Club Early Bird. For a second, imagine if you were able to naturally wake up early without the struggle. What you'd be able to accomplish, what habits you'd be able to add to your morning routine. Well, in this video, I'm gonna show you exactly how to train your brain to wake up quick. The secret to easily waking up early is by training your brain. And we do that by training your circadian rhythm, which I'll explain in a bit. For years, I obsessed over this topic, how to give myself the ability to easily wake up early. There was a ton of trial and error. Some things worked, most things were a complete flop, but now it's dialed in and it's no secret how to train your brain to wake up early. I'll skip all the things that didn't work and I'll give you the things that absolutely make a difference. So, let's get shit done. To train your brain to wake up quicker, we have to activate and train your circadian rhythm. That might sound like a big fancy word, which I'm sure you might have heard of before, but it's actually a very simple thing. It's your body's 24-hour internal clock. Your body's way of knowing when it's time to go to bed and make you tired, and when it's time to wake up and get energized. When you have a poor circadian rhythm, your body doesn't have the ability to help you go to sleep and wake up. This realization was huge for me years ago. My body never really had a problem with the sleep part. It knew when bedtime was and started making me tired at just the right time, head to pillow, and I was out. But waking up was a different story. So I started doing lots of research to find out if my body could help me easily wake up early and not be as tired. Turns out there's multiple ways we can trigger our circadian rhythm, which makes it much easier to get up early and get shit done. Here are the most important elements. Number one, consistent wake up time. If you're changing your wake up time often, then it's hard for your body to get a grasp on when it's time to wake up and start ramping up. This was my biggest issue. At the time, I delivered snacks to gas stations, and based on which route I was running, I would determine when I had to wake up. Short routes, I would sleep in a bit longer. Longer routes, I would wake up early, which was super hard. And then, the weekends came. I would usually spend one day a week, typically Saturdays, staying awake until the time I usually had to wake up. That was completely detrimental to the health of my body clock, my circadian rhythm. So the first thing I fixed was, one, starting all my routes during the week at the same time. Turns out it was actually pretty awesome to finish my workday earlier on some days. I had so much more time in the day to work on anything I wanted. The weekend part was a bit tougher. What can I say? I love to party. But I put a limit on it and eventually started getting more consistent on my weekend wake up time as well. So get consistent with your wake up time during the week, keep the same schedule, and during the weekends, try to keep the same schedule or at least try not to veer too far from it. When you do, that's what creates awful Monday mornings, which we do have a solution for, so stay tuned. All that to say, be consistent with your wake up time. The second thing you can do to trigger your circadian rhythm is to use light to your advantage. A while ago, we realized how much better our sleep was if we black out the room. Those subtle light changes during the night actually wake you up. You won't realize why you woke up, but oftentimes that's a major reason. The problem with that is that waking up in the morning is not easy in a pitch black room. It's crazy hard. And our circadian rhythm isn't built to do that. For thousands of years, humans would wake up with the sun. It's actually programmed inside all of us, inside our DNA. So how do we hijack this and use it to our advantage? The best solution that we found is a sunrise alarm clock. These are amazing. What they do is mimic a sunrise in your room. About 10 minutes before the alarm goes off, a subtle light will come on. Then over the next 10 minutes leading up to your wake up time, it'll get brighter and brighter and brighter. During this time, you most likely won't wake up, but your body is recognizing this light and your circadian rhythm or body clock will go to work. And when it's time to wake up, it'll be much easier. Plus, your room will be a lot more lit up, which helps a ton. No more stubbing your toe on the bed. Now, if you have a partner that wakes up later, then they might not enjoy this, but they just have to take one for the team. Sorry, Shelby. The third way to activate your circadian rhythm is with heat. Going back to the most optimal sleep routine, we keep it super chilly overnight. This is actually optimal for high quality sleep, around 65 degrees for us. But you can play around and see what works best for you. The issue with this is that waking up to a chilly house doesn't make for the best wake up experience. There's a couple solutions for this. The first solution is that I wake up and instantly pump up the heat to 75. Our HVAC dude's jaw literally dropped when I told him this, that I go up and down 10 degrees every single day, but it is what it is. My priority is my circadian rhythm and making sure I'm getting great sleep and waking up early to get shit done. So that's the first solution. Make sure you're getting your house warmer. The second is a more expensive solution that I do on top of heating the house. It's my 8 sleep bed. This is a mattress that changes temperature throughout the night. It keeps it chilly overnight and changes to keep me in REM and deep sleep. But when it's wake up time, it heats up. So in the 10 minutes leading up to my wake up time, my body's getting warm and the sunrise is coming. Another solution is simply getting outside. If you live somewhere warm, this can solve most circadian rhythm challenges. Getting light, getting warmth from the sun, and getting grounded. When it's warm, this is my absolute favorite thing to do. Even if it's still dark, there's something that just feels great about getting fresh air. I'll actually do an entire stretching routine outside as long as it's warm enough. And luckily in Florida, that's most of the year. Okay, so now what? The fourth thing, let's lift the mood with sound, AKA get some music going. If you have some upbeat music that you love, the songs you can't help but sing, then put that on. You can also put on certain tones and sounds that will help. There's an awesome app that I use called Brain.fm. It uses certain beats that can energize, focus, or even relax. How it works, I'm not entirely sure, but it's really cool stuff. The best case here is that you could put together a playlist. Call it your wake up early, get shit done playlist and stick to it every morning. The reason is this will also help train your body clock. The next element to training your brain to wake up quicker is no snooze button. Oh man, this was one of the most brutal inventions to human productivity. Many alarm clocks have the biggest and boldest button be the snooze button. So how can you resist that? It's tough, I know. But here's the problem. At this point in the video, you know how essential it is to train your body clock, your circadian rhythm. The problem with the snooze button is that it does the exact opposite. If you always hit the snooze button, you're training your body that the sound of the alarm means 10 more minutes of sleep. Then it goes off and your body starts to make you even more tired, over and over and over. Unfortunately, there's not an easy fix. The snooze button is like an addictive drug, and eliminating the snooze button must be done cold turkey. You'll quit cold turkey and it'll probably suck because when you get up, your body is trying to tell you to go back to bed. Your body is saying, that's not a wake up call, that's a go back to bed for 10 minutes call. But over time, you can retrain your body and it's 100% worth the effort. Eventually your body will recognize once again that the sound of the alarm means it's time to get the hell up. I used to be the snooze button king, I promise you. I snoozed for over an hour every single morning for years. And really, I didn't think twice. It was just kind of part of my routine. But eventually I'd have to get up. And by the time I had to get up, it wasn't much easier than just getting up on the first alarm. Luckily, the next tip is your cheat code to resisting the snooze. How's that for some curiosity? You'll be getting off that snooze button drug in no time. Before we jump into the final element of training your brain to wake up quicker, which is probably the most important, I'd be extremely grateful if you could hit the like button and maybe even subscribe if you like what you see. Also, comment below which of these tips you're currently doing and which you'd like to start doing. All right, number 6. The last piece to fully triggering and activating your circadian rhythm every morning. And it doubles as a way to make it easy to stop hitting that pesky snooze button from day one, which is actually the reason we created it. The final piece of the circadian rhythm puzzle we need to solve is actually giving your body what it needs to easily wake up early. Your body has lost over a pound of water overnight. You're extremely dehydrated, which doesn't make waking up early easy. This realization got me thinking a while back. How can we solve this? After doing tons of research into this, I discovered a concept called a morning cocktail. This was a glass of water with sea salt for minerals and a slice of lemon that you make before bed and leave on your nightstand. And as soon as the alarm goes off, you instantly start drinking it to rehydrate your body. This actually helped a bit. One of my first breakthroughs on my morning routine journey. I did this many mornings in a row, And while it wasn't a complete game changer, it did have an impact, and it got me thinking. Then, one morning, I drink this saltwater morning cocktail and go on to the rest of my morning routine, and the thought hit me. What if this morning cocktail had everything the body needed and it tasted great? This led me down a rabbit hole that lasted 2 years. The first thing I had to figure out with the help of my team was what the body actually needs. What types of things do we need to easily resist the snooze and spend our mornings ultra productive, without the brain fog, without feeling lethargic? That research led to what we call the 3 secrets to waking up early. Secret number 1, supercharged hydration. Like I said before, we are crazy dehydrated when we wake up, and water helps, but there's some ingredients that supercharge hydration. They are electrolytes. More specifically, we need potassium, calcium, and sodium. Secret number 2, clean energy. At the time, I relied on coffee after waking up to get a little pep in my step. But it always felt like it was a coin flip. Will I get the energy benefits, or will I get anxiety or jitters or any other side effects? I also didn't really enjoy the taste unless I added tons of sugar to it. But was there even a better solution? Turns out the answer is yes. When you combine natural caffeine rather than caffeine anhydrous that's in most products, with the amazing aminos L-theanine and L-tyrosine, along with a blend of antioxidants, blueberry powder, broccoli extract, tart cherry extract, and turmeric powder, then you have a powerful combination that gives you clean energy. The feeling of being awake and ready to get stuff done, but without the side effects. And secret number 3, increased motivation. Having energy and hydration is great, but if you don't have the motivation to actually get stuff done, then it's kind of pointless. That research led to question if motivation was something that ingredients can even provide. And that answer, turns out, is yes. There are amazing ingredients that have recently been studied that show that they increase mood and motivation. They're called nootropics. Our favorites are ashwagandha, theobromine, and coffee berry. Coffee berry particularly is an interesting ingredient. It uses the berry part, the shell of a coffee fruit, which in the past was always thrown away. They just wanted the inside where the caffeine was. Turns out that fruit part is incredibly powerful. While it doesn't have the caffeine, it has many other amazing benefits that help with focus and providing that get shit done mentality. Without getting into too much science, what it does is increase something called your BDNF, brain-derived neurotropic factor. All this research didn't come quickly. It came over 18 months of testing new ingredient combinations every morning. I'd spend my days creating new combinations and then actually blending the ingredients. I'd pass out those tests to family and friends, and every morning we'd score how our mornings went. It was meant to take only a couple months, but ended up dragging on and on and on until it was perfect. And now the Early Bird Morning Cocktail is the weapon of choice for over 50,000 go-getters across the country, and we couldn't be more proud of the community that it's built. Simply mix 1 scoop of Early Bird Morning Cocktail with water in your shaker cup and leave it on your nightstand. Alarm goes off, drink, and you'll be ready to wake up and move through your morning routine. If you'd like to learn more about the Early Bird Morning Cocktail, you can hit the link below. Right now you can get a 45 serving tub and get a free Early Bird Cocktail Shaker cup, our free ebook, The Early Bird Morning Routine, and we'll get it delivered to you within 3 days. Apply these 6 circadian rhythm elements and watch your mornings change forever. Till next time, peace. When you wake up in the morning, you're super dehydrated. You lose over a pound of water overnight. This makes it super hard to wake up in the morning.
We've always wanted that ability to easily wake up early and get shit done.
The Early Bird Morning Cocktail is your secret to waking up early and being ultra productive, setting you up for a kick-ass day.